Okay, so I didn't realize I had a 15 time limit on this recording device. So carrying on from our last video, what we're going to do is we're going to test to see how accurate our index and match function is. And so we're trying to find between August 14th and August 21st. We're trying to get all of the cells for the range. So what our formula is saying that is that August 14th starts on 3364, that's the row, and it ends on 3490, that is the ending row. So let's go see if we find 3364. 3364 is okay, so look, 3364 is going to be August 14th, 2014. And if we look on 3490, that, see how we have multiple 21s? Well, the last one is going to be here on 3490, so it's collected all these values. So based on our formula, it's taking all of those numbers and it's going to give us an average for everything between there. The important thing to know is on your closing index, you need to be a 1 and not a 0. With a 1, it will take not only the first 21, it will take all of the 21s, August 21st, until it meets the 22nd or whatever number comes after that. And so this formula, it's going to be the same thing for each. You're just going to be referencing the different start and end dates. Okay, after that we want to find the mean of the entire set of data. So from August 14th to November 1st, or whatever the number is. And so this is going to be the mean for a control chart. These cells here are just going to be equal to the first one. The upper control, you can use standard deviation. You can go one or half a standard deviation away to find your different controls, or however you want to calculate this. But for myself and this project, I've just made a goal of 93 and a lower control of 87. So if we ever get below 87, I know that there is probably something wrong or something happened during that range. Yeah. What else are we going to be looking for? Other things that are kind of cool, you can use different functions here, like count A. Will tell you that there are 127 ratings during this time. If you want to look at that, you can throw those in there too if you want to. If you want to make a combination chart where you have both the average and the count, or anything else you'd rather measure. And so once you have these in a very nice setup like this, what you're going to do is just highlight it. You're going to go to insert, and then you're going to go to align. Okay, so right now this doesn't look very impressive. It doesn't tell us very much. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean it up. So you take that and you delete it. You take this, you delete it, and then you go to your layout, chart title. With our chart title, we want to make it dynamic, so we actually want to put a formula in here. So on layout, you just click chart title and then you click your address. Put the equal sign and you put wherever you want it to be. And so if you change that to recommend, both of these will change, as will everything else. Okay, and then we want to customize this a bit. And so because this is this data set is because this is like a upper control and it's not like the actual data itself. What I like to do is I play around with it for a bit. I can make it whatever color I want. I usually want to change the type it is to something more transparent, like a dot. And then I'll do the same thing for the lower controls. I'll make this more of a dot. And then like sometimes it's I mess up and it doesn't work. Line style. There you go. And then the mean itself, I like the mean here to be a bit more than the dot, but not. Okay, let's make sure I format it on the same spot. Okay, there you go. So I want this to be more like that. Close. Okay, and then for the data itself, I like to actually change this to this kind of graph with these data points, and then I can go through and customize it as I like. If I want this to be more of a black line, these things here to fill it, you can actually change it here to whatever you like. You could even insert a picture here if you like. Again, these are fillings for it, and so you'll be left with something similar to this here. The next thing to do is to actually go through and add data labels, as I'm doing now, so you can see where your controls are, and then you can see how you've done over time. And so with this, I can see like over this time frame from August 14th to September 23rd, only for this week here of August 30th to September 6th, there's actually a dip in my overall satisfaction for that time period. And so that's something that I can keep in mind. I can go back and look at other information and say, what happened here? If I look at another time frame, I can see that there's actually a different pattern. And so this can be very subjective and can either tell the story you want or it might not. You have to experiment with it for yourself. Things to know is, in this, I actually, my dates are not perfect, and so I might have information that's not on certain days, or my interval might be off, and so I create an if error form just to alert me. With this being said, you have your overall satisfaction rating. If I want to add more, I can add a data label there, add another there. And so you could see lots of different recommendations. What I can do with this now is I can copy this, paste it to a new area, and then switch this to transportation rating, and my numbers will update here. I could look at many different variables here. And so what I've thought of something that was kind of cool is with my sheet, I can actually take this, cut that, and create like a output sheet. This output sheet, I've actually done this before, so here, so this output sheet here is exactly the same thing as this, so I'm just going to cut it. And so this output sheet here, you can create just one sheet that has all of your outputs, all of your data in it. And something cool you can do with it is you can say, okay, this is your overall satisfaction, and what you can do is this sheet, instead of just being here, you can make that equal to that number, and so you would never change that. But here you can change that to 10, 3, 7, 8. So you can look at different numbers. Instead of going back and changing the main sheet, you just change this sheet. And you could do the same thing for here. Let's see. Let's make that equal to, oops. Oh, you gotta make sure that this is not merged and centered. So you'll get that value error. And so output sheet, there you go. So with this you'll have, that's a huge interval. If you do want to merge and center it, you can do it after the fact, but not before. And so you can create a whole page where you can see your different ratings and just keep track of it. And this is a start, but it's something that can really help someone out if they have a small business, or they're just looking for a way of understanding the information. And so that's my project.